Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go over a quick tutorial on how to do scaling in the DXM configuration software version 4. And this is handy now because we've come out with a lot of products like the vibration sensors and ultrasonic sensors and pressure sensors and the current sensors and all of that stuff that it would be nice to be able to scale directly from the DXM. So currently I've got a XML database here for a vibration sensor as node 1, and I've got a temperature humidity sensor in this XML as well. But I'm just gonna focus on these three here and show you how that's done. So if I go here to my local registers and I scroll down and I click on right here, and if I open this up a little bit more, I guess that's okay, I can actually see all the data that I can parameterize in the local register itself. So I can give it a name, I can group it, which is helpful. I can modify multiple registers at once if I want to apply the same scale to like a bunch of registers. I've found that to be helpful sometimes. But you'll notice you can actually scale it here, so you can divide, for example. Now I have it dividing by 10,000. Well, how did I get that? Well, if you go to our wonderful website and you click on datasheet, here for example I'm working with a 1-wire serial vibration sensor in this case. And if I go to the datasheet and I look specifically at the holding registers, this is the information that's going to tell me what I need to divide by. So if you notice the RMS velocity, you'll notice that little 1 up there. I can divide that by 10,000 and I'll get my scaled value from 0 to 6.5535. So if we're working with Modbus, our min and max are always going to be from 0 to 65535. With temperature, we're dealing with signed values, so that's going to be half of 65535, right? Okay, so notice all my temperatures are going to be divided by 20, and that'll give me my actual value, and then all my millimeters per second will be divided by 1,000. So if I go back to my XML sheet, this is where I would do that. So that would be your scale value. There's 1,000, and then this one is 20. Now if I notice I marked it, declared it as a signed variable. Now you probably are wondering, well, what's the scale offset? Well, let me open up another XML example where I have, where I actually did this. I brought in an analog signal and I scaled it. Okay, I found it. So it's the one I worked on a while back. So now in this example, I had a tank with a level sensor, and it was an analog input sensor. I was measuring, oh, actually I was measuring pressure. Okay, so it's been a while. So now you'll notice I'm actually multiplying by 0.0003. And this is, I mean, you could have divided by, the reciprocal. So what I actually recommend is using a handy dandy calculator that someone at Banner was very gracious and kind to share with me. And what the scale offset here, what that actually means is that we're working with slope. If you remember back to high school, that's going to be mx plus b. And what we do here is your 4 to 20 milliamp signal. In Modbus, that's 0 to 65535, or if you want to do specifically your Modbus register at 4 milliamps, which in Modbus is 13107. And then you enter here your level range for that sensor. So for example, If you're working with pressure, that might be like a negative, I don't know, you could be doing from like 0 to 1,000. I don't know. And so if I scroll over here, this will automatically generate my mx plus b equation. So then I know this is the value that I have to multiply. This is going to be my scale multiplier, so my m for slope. And then this is going to be my offset, in this case it's going to be negative 250. So if I go back here, if I go back to my program, you'll notice this is what I'm doing. I have my scale value, my m, and then my scale offset. So if you want this to be a lot more accurate, you probably want to do the reciprocal and actually divide. So anyway, that is how you do scaling for analog inputs. If you have any questions or would like to use my calculator, and you can download it from a link that I can share, go ahead and leave a post or contact me via my email in the description box below. And I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you.